out of here. Double down, lug nut. Welcome to the Fo0H Tribe, bitches. Where men can be men. Holy jumping catfish, Butch. I can't fucking believe it. Aiden walked into the house the other day. He walked into his room. He kind of like took off his sweatshirt, did a big stretch. And Butch just saunters in his room, kind of looks around because he doesn't go into Aiden's room when Aiden's not here. And he just looked at him. Sat down, looked at him. And then while looking at him, Butch just lifted his leg and pissed all over his bed. And Aiden was furious. I personally couldn't stop laughing. I gave Butch a high five and gave him like 10,000 man points, and then we called it a day. But hey, so we're going to be talking with Deadly Rouge today. Deadly's one of our younger guys. Deadly just personifies everything aggression, and we love him. We love everything about him. He's angry. He's cool. He's just, you'll see for yourself. So let's just get this thing started. Let me introduce to you our good friend and Fo0H Tribe member, Deadly Rouge. Deadly Rouge. Deadly, welcome to the podcast.
What's up, man?
All right, well, let's do this because I think it would be important for for people to hear. Like, help us understand a little bit about yourself. Like, where you live, how you got into video games, what video games. Like, what was your first entry into the world, the realm of multiplayer, games in general. Give us a lowdown.
All right. So I guess we'll start with what I do. Okay, so I'm a line cook, pretty much assistant head cook in my business, and live down here in this town in Arkansas, which isn't really the best state in the world, but we get the good old snowstorms and shit that don't lead to anything. But
sure. Don't you have 13 kids and counting in your state?
Yeah, for real. It's like 40 people.
Right.
Oh, man. It's crazy. But,
you make burritos, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's important to mention that. You're just not a line cook. I mean, you're making real food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're making real food. It's good old Tex-Mex place. Good old.
Nice.
I'd say we make burritos all the time, enchiladas.
You got it down.
Quesadillas, let's go. Yeah, get it going. Yeah, we do the fajita crap too. Bring those out.
Fire them up.
Yeah, fire them up. Yeah, that's our slogan. Serve the sizzle and shit. People get all fucking wild about it. I love it.
We're wasted. Let's go see Deadly.
Yeah, for real. They all come out here. They're like, yeah, I want this crazy ass possible shit. Let's go. I'm like, okay, I got you.
So you're a line cook. You're doing the cooking thing. Is that something you just got into by accident, or do you have a passion for cooking?
It was sort of like an accident. It was more like I graduated high school. I needed a job, and first opportunity, grabbed it, and been there ever since. Haven't left.
My son's the same way. I mean, 18 years old. I kicked him out of the house. He got a job washing dishes.
Honestly,
wash the dishes.
I started off as a dishwasher. Started off 3 months in. They're like, yo, you want to be a cook? I'm like, fuck no, I'm good. And they're like, nah, guess what you're doing tomorrow? I'm like, well, fuck me.
Marinate this meat.
Yeah. Been there ever since.
So how did you get into, what is the daily routine that you have? Obviously, you graduated high school. What was your first introduction to the video game realm, and did you like it, and how did it work out for you?
My first interaction in a video game, man, I think I was 7 years old. Can't remember. I was fucking young, very young.
How old are you?
I'm only 23 right now, but yeah, I swear, man.
Like 40 years older than you. It's insane. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was definitely 7. My first console was definitely a PS3.
Okay.
I don't remember what the first game I played. I think it was Modern Warfare, honestly. I think the first multiplayer game I played was Modern Warfare. Then I got PC. I was obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean. So, there's a PC game out there called Pirates Online. That was the first actual, multiplayer game that I got into.
Okay.
And I think it was 2007. Yeah, 2007 when I got into that. So I can't remember if it was I can't. I do know that I alternated between my PS3 and my PC
Yeah.
and played. I didn't really add that many games on my PS3 though until recently. But I don't really play my PS3 anymore.
You don't
More
play
of a
the
PC, yeah.
Because you're strictly on a laptop too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely on a laptop now. I used to have the whole big old rig, but once that got to like 10 years old, that was
No, that thing's a fucking dinosaur.
Yep.
You could cook a fry and egg on that bitch.
Definitely died. It did not go very well. It was a very rough month.
Yeah, what do you do when your PC dies and you got to buy a new one, right? Like,
yep.
Fucking got to return some cans. You got to, rice and beans, that type of deal. So, what was it about video games that you like kind of were drawn to?
I mean, I would say it's like a mixture of both.
Okay.
Like all of the above. Like the game was awesome. It like distracted me.
Right.
Kept me from doing bad shit that I probably would have got into. But
totally been there.
There was definitely a lot of people in the beginning like that I can remember to this day, even though I probably have never spoken to them since. But there was definitely a lot of people from back then that actually were a lot of help. And God, I remember that. That would be like, yo, this is how you shoot, like teaching a 7-year-old kid how to play the game. Like, that's awesome. Not really easy, but
no,
there were actually people that did that back then.
I know.
Nowadays, I probably wouldn't see that happening very
Nowadays,
often.
There's too much going on. But like, I remember when I first started playing, I think Modern Warfare came out in like 2019. And I remember, I'm ashamed to even admit it, but like, I remember I was working for a company, and when I would get done with whatever I was working on, I would just play multiplayer for hours at a time. Like, I think on Steam, I racked up one year like 2,000 hours of fucking playtime. Like, I was out of my mind.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I was obsessed. I was absolutely obsessed. And, multiplayer, you can still talk to people. And I remember it was kind of like, I was shocked at how Wild West it was. You know what I mean? Like, here are these like young, 12-year-old kids, screaming the N-word, and, noobs. Being a noob was a big term back then. And I was just stunned that, this unfiltered, unvetted, landscape was out there, and that, we know what can happen if you're not careful. I mean, I got kids, and we had plenty of times where there's been predators on roadblocks or whatever. But, at the end of the day, we started there, and then COVID happened. How'd you get introduced to Verdansk? Was it like everybody else because of COVID?
Verdansk was. I was playing that pirate game I was talking about, and one of my friends on there posted a video about Modern Warfare 2019, and I was just like, that's a little interesting. I haven't seen Modern Warfare in a while because I actually quit playing COD for a long time.
Yeah, I stopped playing too. Right.
Somebody like posted a video on like my Discord server and was just like, yo, check this game out. And I like downloaded it the next day, was playing Verdansk, and I was like, this is awesome. Like,
right. Like,
I don't remember like COD being this fun, but yeah, it was actually pretty fun.
Talk to me about this Discord thing, because sort of a lot of what, we kind of are, like this community of like-minded people who, come together, and what are you guys doing on the Discord server? Help me understand what that's like, because I just don't know.
Well, the Discord server is more like an out-of-game interaction when you're like
right.
Not in the game. Actually, if you're in the game, you could like go into the voice chat and like talk in the voice chat and don't have to deal with the game audio.
Can't you stream on Discord?
Yeah, you can stream the game you're playing if you really desire to, but sometimes it's not the best graphics on Discord. They're not really the best streaming quality, but
sure.
You can stream in the voice chats and whatnot, but pretty much it's just like when you're not in the game, you can just sit there and text each other all the time.
Now, how many people did you have on your server?
My server, I got 900 people on currently. But
see, that's insane. Were they people from all walks of life, international? Like, did you even know?
A lot of them we didn't know. They were from like different countries and whatnot until
Right.
they got to know us a little bit, or they just point blank said it in the server when they joined. They're like, "Yo, I'm from say Germany or Australia or somewhere," but most of it we don't really know. Like it's just we see them in the game, they join our like clan or they join our group or whatever game we desire playing at the time, and we're just like, "Yo, you want to join our server?" And they just hop in. They've been there ever since.
Now, so obviously with 900 dudes, people, women, whoever it happens to be, all passionate about a game, are you guys going to the server to talk about the ideal metas, how to get through a specific campaign part of whatever the game is? Like, is it? Are you guys getting into that level of detail? Like, what is some of the banter that you guys have?
Well, we do have different like game channels in there for like multiple different brands, like Call of Duty. We don't have like say Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, all that. We just Call of Duty it. And then like if anybody asks a question in there, like we usually just go in there and just like give them the details. Like somebody wants the meta for this week, we pop some loadouts in there, test them out. I mean, there's quite a few people that play Call of Duty in there, and there's a lot of people who play different other games. Like Sea of Thieves has been a big one that a lot of people have been playing recently. But
did you ever get into Assassin's Creed?
Yep.
Yeah, I like Assassin's Creed. I got into that game too. So you got introduced to Verdansk through the boys in your server.
Yep.
Okay, and so it hooked you like it hooked me. I mean, it hooked me because my kids were playing Black Ops. They were playing Fortnite, right? And I was just tired of them, telling me how great they were doing in the game. And I wanted to get competitive. So, I went out and bought my own Xbox and started playing with my boys. And I have an 18-year-old, 16-year-old, you've played with them, Hog Jr. and the freaking other boys. But like, when you first started, did you play with the guys on your server in Discord, or did you just go in there and just have it?
Well, when I first started, I didn't really like tell anybody that I started playing the game. I kind of just was like testing it myself before I like told anybody.
Doing some research.
But I was mostly playing solos, plunder with randoms, and all sorts of other stuff. And of course, when I first started playing again, I was complete trash. So
100%.
I was just like, okay, yeah, maybe averaging like 5 kills a game, if that. Like it was pretty rough. But eventually, I started like saying, "Hey, I'm playing this game. Anybody want to join?" And some few of my friends from the server were like, "Yeah, let's go."
Actually, so you just kind of grinded it out on Verdansk for a little while, sort of getting your feet wet again. I did too. Luckily, I had my boys to help me. Do you remember when we first played, and whether it was in Verdansk or whether it was Rebirth? Do you remember? Because I don't.
I remember I met Deuce in a freaking plunder lobby on Verdansk, and the dude was fucking crazy. He's all like, "You should join this clan," and I'm like, I didn't even know what a clan was in the game. I was just like, I guess. I'm like, sure, and I didn't really join. He sent me the invite, and I didn't know what the heck it was, so I was just like, I just ignored it for like months, and eventually I got into a Resurgence game, and he's, Deuce, he spam invites you every single time he gets on, and yeah, he spam invited me, and of course, I didn't recognize the name because it's months later now, and I joined him. I was like, "Who the heck are you?"
Right,
and he's just like, "I'm the Fo0H Tribe guy, motherfucker." And like, I'm like, "Okay," I'm like, "I don't know what that is, but sure, I'm here." And
was it with Deuce then, or was I not?
I don't think you were with.
I don't think I was.
I remember one of my friends being in there. His name God Easy Money or something like that.
Right.
And I thought it was Deuce's friend, but apparently it was my friend. But I'm not really sure because I swear I met him playing with Deuce. But he was saying that he was in the tribe at one point too, but I don't remember him ever being.
It's possible. I mean, we've seen people come and go, but like just to kind of give everybody a little update on Deadly. So one of the things that we love about playing with Deadly is Deadly personifies aggression. right? So Deadly pushes and he pushes and he pushes and he pushes and he pushes, and then he'll push halfway across the map where nobody else is, and then he'll kill the people except one person and then yell at all of us for not following him. It's the fucking greatest. Like, he is just that kind of hardcore aggression. And I think we all know, there are passive campers, there's pushers, there's people like Paul Monroe who are sort of like support help, who, keep an eye on the guys like Deadly, myself, when I want to be Deuce 100%, who just push, push, push. So I remember when I remember when I started playing with you consistently. And I think it was probably either 2 weeks or a month after Deuce had introduced you to the tribe, and that, you had kind of, I won't say committed, but you're like, all right, I like playing with Deuce. I like playing with these guys. I play with a couple dudes. And, then we started playing with Cinch, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
fucking Cinch. We got to get him in here too as well.
I think when Deuce introduced me, it was you, Deuce, and Cinch, honestly. And then Cinch left, the D-Tate joined.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that was the first 4 members that I met, but...
I remember I had played with you for probably about, I don't know, at least a good couple weeks, a solid good couple weeks. Because when we play, we're playing for a couple hours a night.
Yep.
And I remember in true to form, you would push, and we'd be like, there he goes, right? And then, you would yell at us for, not supporting you, right, or whatever. And I remember one night getting so fucking mad. I was like, no, shut the fuck up. Like, you can't just go fucking push and expect people to fucking follow you. Fucking zip it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I said something to that effect, and then you were quiet. You were fucking quiet. Like, I was like, uh-oh. I reached out to Deuce. I was like, I got fucking laid into Deadly. He's like, yeah, well, he's just got to fucking learn, and whatever. And so, from that day forward, you kind of like, I think, either didn't push as hard, or if you did push, you pushed and you let us know where you were pushing so that we could kind of support you. So you kind of forced. Do you remember that?
I do. It was more of like I didn't play with teams, like I played with a bunch of randoms, and now I had a team and I didn't know how to like communicate it properly, and
Well, that was so. Yeah. That was kind of what it was, and I didn't recognize it either, because when I played with my son Gavin, he is only there to play for himself. Right. So if he goes and he pushes, he's going to tell the whole team that's not pushing to come follow him because he thinks that they should. And that's really not how a team works. A team should work together. And you see good teams who do that together. And he could never grasp that concept. And I didn't really understand it either until later on and what it all meant. But like, to your point, there's a process flow that we all kind of figure out when we're together, who's a pusher, who's not a pusher, who's a sniper, who's not a sniper. And then we find where, like, remember when we were playing fucking Rebirth? Like, I would buy 50 loadouts because you guys were on top of the roof just fucking killing everybody, right? Like, my job was to just make sure that if we died, you could get your loadout again. And then it was
everybody
what was in
has their own role.
Everybody has their kind of like own little role, and I think we all
spam pinging everybody, rushing them, beating the shit out of them, and dying.
Yeah, you're is raw aggression, right?
Yep.
Like, this motherfucker, like straight up, like, and that's wonderful. And I remember there was a time where I was not as aggressive because Deuce and I kind of went through this. Like, Deuce went through this stage where he just sniped everybody, and we're like, bro, like, this is just not.
I remember his sniper perch.
This is just not you. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, we didn't say anything. We let him do it, right? And then I went through a stage where I wasn't pushing as much. And I think for me, because I'm older and my reflexes aren't that great, I have to, and because there's so many cheaters, I get so much more enjoyment beating a cheater with a riot shield and sticks, because it does require a lot more effort and a lot more work than just hoping my shots get these people. And if they've got me beamed in with headshots only, it's 2 shots and I'm dead. You know what I mean? So I felt like I had a chance. And then, I went through my little, where do I fit into the group kind of thing. But like, at the end of the day, we all just kind of felt it out, and we would kill Rebirth Island.
Good old Rebirth, bro. Rebirth. I remember getting dubs on dubs for days. Nowadays, it's just like you go into a lobby and there's 90 cheaters, and you're over here with a stick trying to kill somebody 40 meters in front of you. And, either you get sniped or you got a whole other team killing you.
It's brutal. I mean, like, let's face it. Like, if we were smart, which by the way we're not, we would not be playing Warzone, because there's so many cheaters and there's so much fucking bad stuff happening on that game that any smart person wouldn't play it. But we do, and I play it because because of you guys, right? Like, there we are. So what's kind of transpired since then? You've laid your roots, call it, per se, with us, and we're grateful for it. But tell me some of the things you like about being with us fucking old OGs and running around. Like, how do you get back on a game where there's cheaters and that you're destined to lose when you don't cheat every night with your fucking boys?
I mean, it's an every night grind, man. You gotta get, you can't just give up on it. There's gonna be, you get on knowing you're gonna die. That's
right.
Straight up what it is. You're gonna get shit on by cheaters all night long, and just scream at the top of your lungs just because you can.
Right, you totally can.
I mean, I don't know many groups on here that like tolerate like people yelling as much as we do, but we're not sensitive. We're not like, yo.
Yeah, look, I mean, we live in a world where people lie about their playing. How many times have you seen it? So, this like idea of like gaslighting and oh, I don't cheat. And look, I think that there's times when I'm legitimately getting beaten, and I can accept that. But I have a hard time, when you legitimately know that there's someone cheating and you get fucking fried. It's frustrating. I mean, I get just
there's a lot of the times I feel like it's just like the player that we're fighting against is better than us, but it just makes it feel better when you said they're cheating, because
totally. Yeah, I mean, sure. Like, what do we say? Like, the only time I die is because there's someone cheating.
Definitely,
because that's how good I am.
I don't die unless there's somebody cheating. It's usually how it goes, but
it's usually how it goes. But I remember we were playing with Aiden. It was so funny. We were playing with Aiden. Aiden's my 16-year-old, and Aiden's really good. He's young. He's got all the tools that he needs in order to be really good. And you were in a fucking, you were in a mode where everyone was cheating, and Aiden was like, I don't think he's cheating, Deadly. And you're like, listen, motherfucker, I know who's fucking cheating. This guy's cheating. And I'm like saying to myself, oh, Aiden, fucking like zip it, like, don't do that. And then he's like, I saw his kill cam, Deadly. I don't think he was cheating. You're like, motherfucker, I know who's fucking cheating.
Yeah, very real.
We love your passion. Sus. You know what I mean? We love your fucking passion for it, just because, the competition is real, right? The competition is real. And I'm not one to. I like winning like the next guy, but at the same time too, you learn to you learn to handle everybody differently. And Cinch is another one. He's got soft skin too. Like, we've laid into Cinch a couple times, and he's fucking. And I'll say it to him, but straight to his face, he's fucking bailed and quit. And you can't come here all up in your feelings, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Deuce and I were with Cinch, and like we were playing that gun game, and for some reason the bottom player doesn't get put on the board or some shit, and Deuce and I were giving him so much shit because he wasn't on the board, and then you joined, and he was so mad he wasn't even talking because we were like, this guy wasn't even on the fucking board, bro. He was doing so bad. He was like, and the sad part was he had 5 kills, and Deuce and I had like 6 or 7. We weren't doing that good either.
Right,
But
right.
you know, gun game, you're thinking you're on top of the board the entire time until the end. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, this guy got 18 kills?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here screaming from the hilltop saying I got 6.
Yeah, for real.
Well, what else? What else should we know about, Deadly in the realm of Arkansas and line cook and things of that nature? I mean, like, I know you got a new dog, right?
Yeah, we got a new dog over here. Good old 7 months old.
Nice.
Yep. It's definitely not fun trying to potty train it.
No, dogs are. I got Butch, and he's just a fucking utter shit show. We connect on Snapchat. What are some of the other things that just kind of make you feel like these are my boys?
Oh, Deuce at 11. Yeah, that fucking guy. He'll wait until everybody else is out the game, and he'll call me and be like, yo, where you at? And I'm like, I'm trying to sleep here, motherfucker. You're like, what the fuck? And he's just like, get on. So then I get up and get on. I'm like, fine, I guess I'll get on. Stay up fucking late as fuck.
Yeah, but you know what? There's been times when he's called you and he's not on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. Like,
I mean,
if
all
it's
the
5
time.
o'clock, I know he's not on the game. Like,
right.
He
Exactly.
goes at 5. I'm just like, are you actually on? And he's just like, yeah. And I'm like, bullshit. I'm going to get onto the game and you're not online. We'll sit there and have a whole argument about it.
Like that video, I should probably edit it in there when he remember when that dude jumped out of the building and you're like, hey, Deuce, did you see that guy? He's like, what guy?
Because I got kicked. I remember that shit. I got kicked and I couldn't get back in and he was streaming and I was just like, I guess I'll watch his stream. And this dude straight up just jumps out in front of him, kills Hog, and I'm screaming at Deuce because I'm in the party. He can hear what I'm saying. I'm like, Deuce.
Oxide to Disciple 2, what's your status? Over.
Did you not just see that guy run in front of you?
No.
Yeah. Dude, did you see that? Oh my god! The fucking guy runs out the fucking building! There's a guy in that building, and he runs out right in front of you, Deuce, and you're like, hey,
Where?
there's a fucking bad guy! Alright? Now, that guy runs... Now, come down here and
at the
you get
UAV.
me. Oh my god,
I thought that was
UAV. Who was the fucking guy who just went zooming out of the
That
fucking
was
building
you.
that you were just in? No, it wasn't, you dingy!
Oh my god, that was.
That's the guy who killed Hog!
No. That was Hog. Oxide, we ran into a sandstorm out here. We're taking shelter in a small cave until it clears up. Over.
There's a guy in front of you standing on top of you, and he's like, it's Hog. I'm like, no, it's not. And then fucking, I don't remember who else was. Yeah.
Where? Oh my god.
I think it was Cinch, and then Cinch ended up killing him because Deuce didn't see him. I'm like, what the hell?
Dude,
Like,
we've just got
Yeah.
too many of those stories. I'll see if I can edit it some more of our content. You've had some epic, just random comments. What was the one? What was the one? I think I'm gonna open this.
you talking about the armor box?
I'm gonna open this.
Oxide to Disciple 2, what's your status? Over.
I'm gonna throw this armor box out here because why the fuck not? Yeah, you got it. If you lose it,
That's game.
hit that motherfucker.
We got a huge hug. I can't see him. Where'd he go? We got Thick with the big thick over his shoulder. Lad, look at what he's doing. We got Deadly Rouge with the freaking something looking like something. We got Deuce staring at the naked bitches on the beach.
Oxide, we ran into a sandstorm out here. We're taking shelter in a small cave until it clears up. Over.
Because why the fuck not?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Why
bro?
the fuck not?
I need it. I'm gonna throw it down.
I'm just throwing it down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it happen. All right. So back to that question. We got one more. Like, can you think of anything other than Deuce calling you? Is it the camaraderie that keeps us together? Is it
I feel like it's just more of like, the conversations and, like
Yeah.
our play style. Like we all played pretty well together.
I agree.
Every once in a while, we'll get that random guy that's like throws the whole group off, and we're just like, "What the
Totally.
fuck?"
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I mean,
get
there's
in
just
there and
times when
you're
it's
like-
just the two of us, and we're like, teammate, lying down in front of a door with a 50 caliber is not the surefire way for you to win the match.
For real, yeah. I just like resurgence and everything. You go in there, you get those randoms, and they're just like they're all doing their own
I
thing,
can't
and
do
then
it
they
anymore.
they
I just-
die.
Yeah.
We're over here like, what the fuck are you? Like, what's going on? We're over here fighting a whole different team.
Totally.
It's just
Totally.
like, I mean, it even happens like between us, It's just like there's some people that like multiplayer is just like what they should be playing with us, but we're playing Resurgence with them, and we're like,
Totally.
like Deuce and I pushed in, and then two other people just sitting back sniping or some shit. We're like, what the fuck?
What the Christ?
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, in the meantime, like one of the things that I think that we're going to start doing on the end of each podcast is, what's the one thing that Deuce always says when he gets killed by either a sniper or someone cheating or someone just better than him when he's, getting eviscerated? What's the one thing he says?
One thing he says, oh man,
Get
how did
the
I-
fuck out of here.
get the
Get
fuck
the
out
fuck out of here. And for those who don't know, you'll know soon enough, the Fo0H Tribe is short for fuck out of here. So I think that would probably be a good way to just say, hey, follow us. You see us in Warzone, give us a shout out. Follow us on TikTok, and we'll fucking see you in the zone. Deadly, I love you, buddy.
Oxide, we ran into a sandstorm out here. We're taking shelter in a small cave until it clears up, over.
We're going to put a bow on this thing. All right, you pillow biters. Just wanted to say thank you for listening. Really, thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying the podcast, a little bit of the madness that we have. Full disclosure, let me be the first to say thank you for tolerating some of the audio that's going on. Clearly, it's my headset. So I'll be getting a new headset, hopefully within the next week. So we'll no longer have to deal with any of these audio glitches. So if you're interested in finding more about the Fo0H Tribe, you can check us out at the following places. www.the0H-tribe.com. If you're interested in becoming a member of the tribe, you can sign up for our newsletter and include some additional information about who you are, maybe your screen name, what console you're playing on, and we'll keep you in the loop on how we're injecting new knuckleheads into the tribe. You can also follow us on TikTok at the Fo0H Tribe. We will be doing some lives very soon, so follow us there. I think the best way for us to get to know you and kind of your game style and play is, why don't you just tag us in a post? You can do myself at the Fo0H Tribe, or you could also use just hashtag Fo0H Tribe, and that way we can do a search on the hashtag and be off to the races. And follow us on TikTok and send us a message. We'll try our best to get back to you as possible, quick as possible. And then also you can check us out on YouTube at the Fo0H Tribe. So if you could like and follow and subscribe to us there, we'd greatly appreciate it. In the meantime, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Make it awesome. Get the fuck out of here.